Hi, good morning. My name is Ray Ladiva, and today I'd like to talk to you about Facebook ads. Specifically, should every business run Facebook ads? Now, like most things in life and business, that isn't a simple yes or no question. So, the first thing I'd like to ask you is how many customers or clients do you need to build your dream business? How many customers or clients do you need to have the income and lifestyle of your dreams for your business to give you what you want? And, if the answer to that question is, hey, I need 5 regular clients, then absolutely no, you don't need to be on Facebook. You don't need to run Facebook ads, sorry. There are easier ways in which you can find those 5 clients. But if the answer is, I need 1,000 or 10,000 customers to give me the business of my dreams, then, the question then comes, how are you going to find 10,000 people? How can you throw your net wide enough to pull in that many people? And, guess what? The beauty of Facebook is it puts you in touch with, or it can put you in touch with a billion people instantly. Now, hey, before we start talking about global reach, let's talk about, a national reach first, or even, a more local reach. But, the point is if you need to reach hundreds of thousands of people to build your dream business, then Facebook ads is going to be one way of doing that because there are so many people on Facebook. But the thing with running Facebook ads is I think it's a bit like driving a car. Before you drive a car or before you step into a car, you have to pass a driving test, because if you don't, guess what? You are likely to kill yourself. And the same thing is true with Facebook ads. Now, back in the day, in 2005, I was running Facebook ads, and it was really easy and it was really cheap. So the Facebook stupidity tax was really low. So, it got to the point where everybody was running Facebook ads because it was so easy to do. It was so cheap. And, the danger of just getting started, the danger of not passing your driving test was very low. It's like, hey, what's the worst that can happen? Well, today that's not the case. Today, the Facebook stupidity tax is very high. And the danger of not passing your driving test is that you can kill yourself. The other thing is that if you ran Facebook ads back in the day, so 2005, even 2008, if you ran Facebook ads in that time, the advertising platform today has changed so much that the principles that you need to run effective Facebook ads mean now that you need to take your driving test again. If you took your driving test 20 years ago, you step into a car today, you can drive a car. It's very simple. What's changed in the last 20 years? Hey, there's more traffic, but there's nothing else that's fundamentally changed in the rules of the road and how you control the car. With the Facebook ads platform, everything has changed in the last 5 years. So if you haven't run Facebook ads in that length of time, then you absolutely must get somebody to show you how to use the new platform. So let's just say that you need to run, let's just say to build your dream business, you need 1,000 customers. So how are you going to get those 1,000 customers? So you need to throw your net wide enough to speak to 10,000 people or 20,000 people so that you can get your 1,000 customers. So Facebook ads is one way of doing that. But it comes back to who is your ideal customer? Who are you looking for? Because as a business owner, as an advertiser, you need to say to Facebook, bring me qualified leads. And Facebook is very good at doing that if, and here's the key thing, if you tell Facebook exactly who you're looking for. If you can't tell Facebook, find me, men over 6 foot that wear blue hats, then they won't find those people for you. So if you don't know exactly who you're looking for, Facebook can't find you qualified leads. So success in Facebook ads begins with knowing who you're looking for. So if you like, the process of creating a customer avatar. So how do you do that? Well, there's a long and detailed process to do that. But today I'd like to talk to you about kind of the 2 most important things. So the first is, what does your ideal customer want? Now, why is that so important? is so important because people buy what they want, not what they need. So the most extreme example of this is an alcoholic. The one thing an alcoholic knows is that they don't need another drink, but they want one, and they want one badly enough to beg, borrow, and steal to get one. So what does your ideal customer want? Yeah, now it could be something irrational. Like, I am an irrational buyer of interesting shirts. So when I see one, I'll buy one, even though I've got more interesting shirts than I can wear every day every day for a month. I'll happily buy another one. Why? Because I like them. And when I see an interesting shirt, I'll buy it. Boom, great. So what is it that you sell? Do you sell an irrational product for somebody? Do you sell something that somebody can see and then just go, yeah, I want that, give me? Or do you sell a more considered purchase? So what's a more considered purchase? Hey, a more considered purchase might be helping somebody to do something. A more considered purchase might be just a larger financial commitment. So if you're selling a more considered purchase, what is it that your customers want? And then we'll come on to in a sec, what is preventing them from getting it? But if you're saying, so what do your customers want? And why do they want it so badly? Because once you can understand that, then you can tap into their desires. You can tap into the reason, understanding how you can reach them, how you can write a message that's going to grab their attention. And that starts with understanding what they want. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, what is preventing them from getting what they want? So I call this the obstacle in their path. What is the obstacle that stands between them and what they want? And I call it an obstacle because an obstacle is a physical thing. So, is their obstacle the Berlin Wall? I.e., does it surround the city? Is it 10 foot high? Does it have barbed wire and armed guards on the top of it? Because if it does, that's can be terrifying for the prospect. But that's great for you. Because if they think that they're surrounded by the Berlin Wall, and you can say, but here's the key to the door that you haven't seen. And with this key, you could get through your obstacle faster and easier than you thought. Because if that's what you've got, then guess what? You will grab someone's attention. You will make them go, I want this thing really badly, and I can see how to get around or through the obstacle that's in my way. They will want to work with you because you're helping them achieve their goals faster than they can on their own. So let's talk about some of the obstacles that stand in people's way. What does the Berlin Wall look like? Yeah, well, I think there's three kind of universal obstacles. So the first is knowledge, the second is time, and the third is courage. So let's just say you want to find the love of your life. Well, are you an outgoing person? Are you happy to talk to people that you don't know? Or would you like a way of finding people that are single so they might be interested in speaking to you in the first place? Yeah? Okay, great. There's dating sites. But which is the best one? Which is the one that you should use, etc., etc. But then, are you an outgoing person? Are you comfortable talking to the woman of your dreams? The woman who, could easily crush you simply because she says, no, I'm not interested. Yeah? So what do you say? How do you start up that conversation? Yeah? If you can help someone with that, guess what? They are going to want to learn from you. So what's preventing them from getting what they want? Knowledge. And I think knowledge prevents a lot of people from getting what they want. The second is time. How many times do you go, I really want this, but I don't have time to do it? So I really want to find the love of my life. I know I need to be on X dating site, but I just can't be bothered, or I don't have the time to create my profile. Now, part of not having the time to create a profile might be I genuinely don't have the time. Part of it might be I have the time, but I don't know how to create a profile that's going to make me sound interesting, that's going to attract the people that I want to message me. Yeah, so that might come back to the knowledge issue, and time is just an excuse. But of course, if you can say, right, I'm going to show you how to write a profile, and I can show you how to write a profile in 5 minutes and get some feedback on it in 10 minutes. So if you need to change it, then the whole thing takes you 20 minutes. Great, yeah? So that's getting past 2 obstacles. And the third obstacle is courage. So often people know what they need to do. They have the time, but they create an excuse to not have the time. And the real reason why they create this excuse is that they don't believe that they can do it well enough. So of those 3 obstacles, 2 of them are easy to talk about. Yeah, I don't know how to do something is an excuse that people use all the time. So it's something that we're comfortable speaking about. I don't have time is another excuse that people say all the time. It's something that we're comfortable to talk about. What's less comfortable to talk about, something that you can't address directly, is I'm absolutely terrified that if I do this, I'll make a mistake. So if you're trying to grab the attention of your ideal customer, if you want Facebook to send you qualified leads, like I was saying, you need to say to Facebook, find me these exact people. So how do you do that? Well, partly it's the message that you as the advertiser craft, and partly, which we're going to come on to, it's you've got to give Facebook some information. But fundamentally, it begins with understanding who you're trying to attract. And like I say, if you just get those 2 things right, yeah, just what does your ideal customer want and what is preventing them from getting it? Get those 2 things right, you're well on your way to being able to say to Facebook, right, these are the people that I want you to find for me. And you're starting to think about how you can craft a message that is going to grab their attention. So let's talk about so let's move away from your ideal customer and talk about how you can say to Facebook, give me qualified leads, or send me qualified leads. So there's 2 things that you need to do. 1 is give Facebook good data, and 2 is give them a large target audience. So what do I mean by good data? Well, if you already have a business and you can say to Facebook, find me people like the people who already buy my stuff, then Facebook can do that, and they can do that very well. But when I say good data, or when Facebook says give us good data, what they mean is a large quantity of data. So what they want is a minimum of 1,000 people. So in an ideal world, you'd say to Facebook, okay, here are the people that have bought my stuff in the past. So find me more people like my buyers. So if you've got 1,000 customers or more, great. Create what Facebook call a lookalike audience based on your buyers. But if you don't have 1,000 buyers, then you might say, okay, I've got 1,000 people on my email broadcast list. So 1,000 people in my community, and these people are interested in what I have to say, and they want me to help them achieve their goals. Great. Give those 1,000 people to Facebook, or it might be more than 1,000 people, and Facebook, you can create a lookalike audience based on those people. But again, if you have less than 1,000 people, don't create the lookalike audience. So whether that's buyers or whether it's people on your list, if you have less than 1,000 people, don't do that, because you're not giving Facebook enough data to be able to find your ideal customer. So the second thing is a large target audience. So one of the things that you can say is, right, Facebook, I only want to speak to people interested in entrepreneurship, as an example. Okay, great. But how many people have an interest of entrepreneurship in, let's just say for argument's sake, in the UK? Well, let's just say that target audience is 1 million people. Well, 1 million people is a reasonably large audience for Facebook. It's not enormous, but 2 million plus is big for Facebook, certainly in the UK. So if you've got 1 million audience, great. You can run ads to 1 million audience, and you can run ads for a long time to that audience. That's a deep enough gold mine. But if you've only got 20,000 people, then you're going to need to create you're going to need to group interests to create a large enough audience so that when you say to Facebook, right, go and find me these people, they can do that. Because if the gold mine you're sending Facebook into is very small, guess what? They're not going to be able to give you the quantity of leads or the quantity of qualified customers that you're looking for. So I hope you found this useful. Now it's your turn. Now it's your turn. So regardless of how you look for customers, regardless of how you want to build your business, it all starts with understanding who your ideal customer is. So the process of creating a customer avatar. And really, I'm going to say your task for today, your mission impossible, should you choose to accept it, is to think about who your ideal customer is, what they want, and what is preventing them from getting it. So what is it that they want? Get clear on that. Be able to articulate that in a way that somebody can easily say, oh yeah, that's me. Yeah, I definitely want that. Whether that's more money, whether that's to lose weight, whether it's to find the love of their life, whether it's to find, a job that they find inspiring, whatever it is, get clear on what they want. And then get clear on what is the obstacle that's preventing them from getting what they want. And remember, you need to be able to describe that obstacle in a way that they can see. So, is it the Berlin Wall? Does it completely surround their field of vision? And does it have barbed wire and armed guards on the top of it? If so, great. Because the bigger the obstacle, the more they're going to want your help to, find the door, the magic door, and the key that takes them through to the other side. So get clear on those two things, and that will help you attract your ideal customer in any medium. So I hope you found this useful. If so, please leave a comment below. And if you know a business owner or an entrepreneur that has a great product or service, but they struggle to get their name out there, to get their product out there, to make the volume of sales that they want, they struggle to build their dream business, then please share this with them. And until next time, carpe diem.